Aho, kitipilo hele, yesipi yayani, lasawanwa.
Hello, and welcome to Among the Shawnee, a podcast for Absentee Shawnee tribal members. I'm your host, Mindy Longhorn, Media Director for the Absentee Shawnee Tribe. Hello, everyone. Today we are going to talk about TOR, Tribal Opioid Response Grant Program here at the tribe that we have. We've got the TOR staff with us. Susan Stacy, the TOR Be Well Project Director.
Good morning.
And Karen Kaniatobe, the TOR Grant Project Coordinator.
Hello.
And Michaela Tuberville, the TOR Grant Case Manager.
Hello there.
Welcome to the show. I'm so excited to finally get you guys on the podcast. I feel like I've been bugging you guys since several years now. And people may have seen you guys out. You do a lot of classes here. You're at a lot of events. You've had some really cool classes. Salsa canning, pickling cucumbers. What else did you do? Children's beaded collar.
We've done...
You've done a lot.
Yeah, we've done ribbon skirts and moccasins and beaded lanyards.
Keychains, I think.
Yeah.
Right. You've done a lot of cool things. Oh, and you just had the retreats.
Yeah, the our first ever wellness retreats for men and women at the First Americans Museum.
And that looked like a good turnout.
Yeah, we did have a good turnout. We had set registration to 25 for each of those sessions, and we maxed out.
Wow, probably pretty quickly, too.
Mm-hmm. It filled up pretty quickly. Some of the feedback we got was that people felt encouraged, supported, and loved. And, that was the feelings that we wanted to convey. Mm-hmm. So, I felt that was a
That was
success.
some good feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So you're probably going to have this again then, hopefully.
We plan to.
Good. Well, it sounds like you had a good turnout, good reception. But I know you have you're at a lot of events too. You're at tribal events, the zombie run. Every time we have an event, I see you guys, but you do so much more than just classes and events. And I think that's what we need to focus on too, is what does TOR do?
Okay, so the TOR grant is a 5-year grant under SAMHSA. And so the Tribal Opioid Response Grant is honored to serve the Native American community. Mm-hmm. So what TOR does is mission is to offer prevention, treatment, recovery services with compassion, hope, and respect. The Be Well program is to help address the opioid and methamphetamine crises within our community and to offer prevention, treatment, and recovery services.
So that's what you do on a daily basis, pretty much. And I know, Michaela, that's where you go out in the community, right? I mean, you really are boots to the ground. So what do you do?
So like she said, my main goal is I'm the case manager. I love my clients. I love patient advocacy and just helping people. I also understand kind of what they're going through. I myself, actually, the day after Thanksgiving will be 12 years for me.
Wow, yay. Yeah. That's amazing. So, good for you.
Yeah, so I get it. I get a full round circle of it.
You've been in their shoes.
Yeah, for sure.
You've walked their path.
Yeah, for sure. My parents kind of left me at a young age, so I totally get all the trauma that they go through, everything. So that's kind of what we focus on. So when I meet with them, we focus on them coming out of treatment, because a lot of them are coming out of treatment, going into sober living, and we focus on their goals. A lot of them come in, they don't really have a lot of things, whether it be clothes, they don't have employment, they don't have a car, they don't have a way to get to a doctor to continue their medical care. Because a lot of people think, they go to rehab, it's done, it's over. Not true at all.
That's not the end of it, right?
It's not the end of it. They still need, Regular counseling, there's other factors that leads into addiction that needs to be addressed, that you just need more than 30 days to address those issues. And that's kind of where we come in. We combat that. We help them with court. We get them to their court dates. We make sure that they're doing A, B, and C with the courts. We help them get to classes. We help them get to counseling. We also create a community, which I think a lot of people don't understand how imperative that is to sobriety. I'm a part of the medicine tribe, which they took us in very acceptingly and openly, and they take any of our clients that we need, and they create a place for us to go to meetings, and they help us with sponsoring clients, because not all the time can I be their case manager and their sponsor. I do help them, but Medicine Tribe gives me a direct way to have sponsors for these people. We love to go to gourd dances, powwows, and just meet up and create that community to where if they ever feel like they need to relapse, because relapse happens in the mind way before it happens in the action, they have that community to start noticing those changes and stuff like that in their personalities, and to hold them accountable.
Try to stop it before it happens.
Yep.
So you're pretty much, you follow them more than just, okay, I'm going to get you in recovery.
Oh, yeah.
You're with them for the long haul, I mean.
Yeah, for sure. And that's what I love about it, because I see people, I get people off the street a lot of the time, and I see them at their lowest lows, and then I just got a text message the other day that somebody just got their apartment and they're doing great and they thanked us so much. And that's what I do it for. It gets me excited every morning. So I love that. I love seeing them at their lowest. Not that I love seeing them at their lowest, but
right.
I love seeing them reach their potential from their lowest is the better way to say it.
To their highs. Because you've been there.
Yeah, for sure.
You've walked this path that they're going through.
For sure,
so you definitely know, what they've been through and what they're still fighting.
Yeah, for sure. I get it all around.
And it's only you three, right?
Yeah.
You three are doing all of that?
Yeah.
We probably need 10 more of you, right? I mean, because sadly, I hate to say the word crisis, but it is opioid crisis, epidemic. Is that what you're calling it? I mean, it's sadly.
Yes, it is referred to the opioid epidemic. That's what we're trying to combat here.
Just you three.
Yeah.
But you're doing it, though, even though there's a small staff of you. So really, you go out and are you with them? I know you said for the long haul, but.
Yeah, so I meet them. Some of them I meet them while they're going into recovery. We go through that process. We've partnered with several different treatment facilities, so we try to give them their autonomy. And I know that we're talking about opioids and how they have to have opioid or stimulant, but I don't stop there. If you have issues, because a lot of people, I know that opioids the big trend right now, and that's what's killing people. But a lot of people don't understand, alcohol and benzodiazepines like Xanax and stuff, they have the highest rate of death while through just detoxification. So I also don't want that to happen to our people, because at the end of the day, these are our people. Mm-hmm. And so I don't stop there. Like, I help them with alcohol, because we can't pay for it, but we'll get them into a Native American facility. There's other options. We've partnered with Catalyst, which takes Sooner Care, and that gives us an avenue to put our people in if they don't want to go. But we really try to let them have their autonomy on where they want to go. We have a whole guide set up to where we sit down with them. We talk about, this is what this rehab offers. This is what we can do to help you within there. And they kind of decide on what they want to do and where they want to go. We make sure that we facilitate that. If they can't become my client, I still check up on them, make sure that they're okay.
Right.
If they need anything, give them resources. But my clients, we're hands-on with them. We make sure that as long as they stay, that's the big thing. You just got to stay in contact with me. And as long as you stay in contact with me, we'll go to bat for you.
Okay, but that's good to know. And so if someone didn't want to come see you, maybe they were embarrassed, or you come to them. Mm-hmm. Because I know it's probably taking that first step, reaching out for help. But like you said, they may not want to come into the office and then everyone's going to see you. You'll go to them.
Yes, yes, I will. I will go to
wherever they're at.
Yeah, wherever they're at. I've been to libraries. I've been to Brahms parking lot to help them get into rehab because they were homeless. So, yeah, I will meet them where they where they need us to be.
You'll go where you're needed. So
For sure.
And sadly, you're probably just swamped. I can't imagine. You're probably out 24/7.
Yeah, my phone doesn't really stop, but I love it.
Yeah, but that's good though.
Yeah.
So I know you said something about prescription. Do you think, because I feel like it's getting worse, do you think it had anything to do with like the over prescribing of pain meds? Is that?
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I feel like it didn't used to, and maybe it was bad like 20 years ago. Now, they would just give you a script for 60 or something. Now you can barely get 7.
Right.
Do you think that had a lot to do with where we're at now today?
Oh, I would absolutely say yes, because of my
Okay.
personal experience when I had surgery in 2010. And, I got 2 prescriptions for Percocets.
2?
Yeah.
That's unheard of now. You can barely.
Yeah, for 60 tabs of Percocet. And I really didn't need it.
Right. But they were just willing to give that to you.
Yeah, so like you said, it's unheard of today.
It is.
To get
That many.
that many.
Right.
And yeah, nowadays it's, ibuprofen or Tylenol.
Right.
And
You
you
don't
just-
just get 60. I don't think you don't hear that nowadays.
No.
No.
Thankfully.
Thankfully. Right. But I feel like, do you guys think that that's probably led to maybe this little epidemic is because of that? Maybe? I don't know. I feel like that was like you said, 60, that was common back then.
Right.
And if you think about how many people,
For sure. I think it definitely had an impact. I think that this kind of comes in with the stigma. It's so much more than just being prescribed that. There's trauma that people have dealt with, and a lot of people don't understand, like, when you're on those drugs, you don't, that trauma that you're experiencing, you don't really feel that anymore.
and
You don't
that's why
really-
they take it, right?
Yeah,
Is to
stop
that.
that pain.
So whatever they can take.
Whatever, and
Or
that's
drink.
usually
Right. Drink,
Yeah.
right.
It just depends on your community, where you're around, what you're exposed to. Definitely, what's prescribed to you, definitely has an impact. I know one of the hardest things of getting sober is the dreams. When you start to get sober, you're flooded with dreams that you didn't have when you weren't sober, and those dreams feel so realistic, and you went from feeling absolutely nothing to feeling everything like that. And I know that's really hard. So I think a lot of it is where you're around, what you've experienced, and the trauma you're dealing with and what you're trying to hide. And I feel like that's why it's so important that we take an all-around aspect, and why that 30 days isn't just going to heal them.
Because after that 30 days seems like a really short amount of time.
Yeah,
It's like you'd think you would need a lot longer than that.
for sure. Just to even work through those dreams
Right.
alone, trust me,
Right.
it's
Because
hard.
then you're falling back in the same patterns, right?
For sure,
Because you don't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But you guys try to alleviate that. Like you try to prevention, especially with trauma. And everybody has trauma. I mean,
Right. So our grant serves specifically the American Indian population within 5 counties. That includes Cleveland, Lincoln, Logan, Oklahoma, and Pottawatomie County. So we will serve anybody that resides in those counties. And I need to back up and say as far as like prevention and training, overdose prevention, meaning, we can provide them Narcan
right,
or
things like that.
fentanyl test strips, anybody. But as far as services, like Michaela helps them with treatment and recovery options, there is some criteria there because our grant
Is specifically tailored for
American
Native- right.
Indians with opioids or stimulant issues. So if they were just had problems with alcohol, like she could make a referral,
Right, and help
But-
them.
yeah, and help them with options, but they wouldn't be like a client.
Right.
Right, because they didn't fit the eligibility guidelines, I guess, because it's grant funded.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly.
For the specific counties, population. And sadly, it's a sad situation that we even have to have it, but it's needed.
It is. I mean, it is a sad situation, but it's also a good thing that we do have it, that, we do have this resource. And that's, one of the reasons why we're out there doing outreach is so that we can let people know that we have this resource. And, all of the things that we provide. Like my area is mostly prevention. So I just want to talk about that just a little bit. So, prevention is, what we want to do is we want to affect positive change. So we share information to minimize the impact of substance use on Native individuals, children, families, and communities. And some of the ways we do that is to weave in positive cultural values and practices and teachings. We organize and facilitate outreach to expand awareness of our project as a resource. We encourage the community to identify their strengths and be aware of their vulnerabilities. We work with school-aged youth to enhance resilience. And we also create educational materials, and we work with the tribal population to collect data to ensure we meet community needs. So one of the things that we're doing right now in prevention is we're working on an anti-stigma campaign. So in the historical Native sphere, helping was a value ingrained in every community member from infancy to adulthood. When everybody pitched in to help, everyone in the community benefited. So the result was mutually supportive individuals, families, and communities with strong social connections and a higher quality of life. Because helping one another strengthens each and every one of us, help one another is the rallying phrase centered in the anti-stigma awareness campaign organized by TOR. So what are some of the things that, you can do to help? So to, join our anti-stigma awareness campaign, to decrease information about substance use disorders and increase understanding. So 2 things that I want to leave people with is ways to reduce stigma. So first of all, get the facts. Educate yourself on mental health and substance misuse. Second, be a voice. Advocate for others. Speak up and educate. And one thing is we need to understand what is stigma. So stigma is when society or a group of people view you in a negative way that they associate with a characteristic or trait, such as a substance use disorder, skin color, cultural background, a disability, or a mental illness. So this can lead to discrimination or being excluded when someone treats you in a negative way because of misunderstanding or misconceptions. And, what this leads to for people who might have substance use disorder, that stigma that they experience. So from a survey that was done by our funder, SAMHSA. So it's called the National Survey on Drug Use and Health. And this data I'm about to share comes from the 2024 survey. And it's I'm going to share several of the reasons that adults 18 or older do not, receive substance use treatment. So one is they're 43.2%. They're worried about what people think or say if they get treatment. 34.4%. They're thinking bad things would happen if people knew they were in treatment, such as losing their job, home, or children. And 33% are worried that information would not be kept private. And, so we're very mindful of that. And, we are, very strict on confidentiality and making sure that, any treatment or recovery that a person receives is, kept under wraps. And, prevention work is especially meaningful to me because in my former job, we spent a deal of time in meetings dealing with the aftermath of a problem. And, I would think while we sat in these meetings, if we dealt with this on the front end, addressing the root causes, then we wouldn't have to worry as much about the injustice, changing policy and laws. So in this grant cycle, the more we engage youth and community, the more we can affect change. And, that's our strategy and purpose, in this grant cycle.
Is the prevention work. Because the more you do on the prevention side, the less that, Michaela, you have to go out if you can focus on the prevention, which makes sense, right?
Yeah, for sure. I think you can see that even with alcohol and marijuana, today, because like kids, my son's 17, so like I get to see it in school and stuff like that. Kids nowadays really aren't drinking alcohol because we've had such a don't let teenagers drink, we fought it. But now that marijuana is being legalized, it's everywhere, and teens are consuming it left and right.
Because and vaping, and I know the packaging. Yeah, it all looks like candy and stuff. There,
right? So. And it's the lack of prevention. So I think like people don't understand how important and crucial what they do is to help people that are in mental health. Because without education, it's just people ignorantly, and I mean that by the definition, without knowledge, doing things that they think is okay.
Because it looks, I'm not going to say cool, but they see other people doing it. Like you said, the marijuana, you see people vaping, you don't know what's in there. And some of the drugs, that they look like candy.
Right.
The packaging, so they think it's cool or, okay, but they don't know that you're right, they're harming themselves. And
right.
Then you're starting on that path that then they have to come and see you.
Yeah.
So it does make sense, but you're right. We did in the 80s, drunk driving, was it MAD? You don't even hear about that. The DARE program was in all the schools.
Yeah.
Don't drink and drive. You're right. They hammered that into kids. So now you've got to take a different approach because it's a whole different ballgame now.
Right. Yeah.
I don't remember hearing about fentanyl in school. I don't know if you guys, but now I know that. See, you didn't either. And heroin, we didn't hear about that stuff now.
Yeah, so our strategy in working with youth is more about focusing on strengthening mental health and resilience. Instead of just throwing, a slogan at them like, just say no.
Right.
Right.
But that's all we had back then
Right.
was just say no. And that was hammered into us, or don't drink and drive. And like you said, prevention is a really big part of it. It's very important to do that before it gets to...
Right. At least they have the education. I think that's how it can prevent not just addiction. It can prevent, I heard a statistic that, and I don't know how true it is, so you might want to look it up, but it affected me because when Melissa Baptiste, she lost her son, and she tells a story. There was Narcan in her house, but her kids didn't know how to administer it. So even just from that, it helps with, and I've heard that about 60% of all overdose deaths, they just didn't know what to do to help with that, to help prevent the death. And
even if they had it in their house, they didn't know how to use it.
Yeah, they didn't know how to use it. So that's why, again, her work is so important, because from it teaches you addiction, it teaches you what drugs do, the effects, and how to save lives and how to just build our community. I love, we are real big into wellbriety. People don't know what that is. Don Coyes created it, and he has this saying that we are right now a forest of sick trees. Those roots are sick, and we have to leave that sick forest and heal ourselves so we can come back into the community and heal all those other sick roots. And I think that's primarily what she's trying to do, and so impressive.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Narcan and not knowing how to use it. One of the things, I guess, in your grant, it was in your brochure, free Narcan, like 10 locations, right? Pretty much scattered throughout. It's on the website if someone's wanting to know where. And I know there's a story, Narcan, it's kind of close here. I don't know if we can say where, saved someone's life. Can we talk about that, or?
Yeah, so I'll give you the quick version.
Okay.
So we recently set up a Narcan kiosk at, one of our casinos. Okay. And it happened a couple of weeks ago, I believe, maybe a month ago, that the kiosk had just recently been installed, and there was an incident where somebody was overdosing, and because there was a Narcan kiosk on site, a person that worked at the casino was aware and grabbed some Narcan and administered it to the people that were overdosing and saved their lives. So
Wow, good job. I mean, and you just put it in.
yeah, we had just put it in.
That's amazing. I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
And it's a sad situation that we have to have those in places that people frequent. Just, I know there's I think we said 10. You have 10 located throughout this area here.
Yeah, so formerly we just had it at the
They're at the police station. Tribal
Yeah.
PDs had it. I know the clinics have them, right?
So we first started out with kiosk at Domestic Violence, ICW, the Absentee Shawnee Housing Authority, and did we say the police department?
I did. That was the one that I knew. I just kind of off the top of my head was a PD. But now you're in the casinos, right?
Now we have them at the both casino locations in Norman and Shawnee. We have them at the Resource Center. That's where our office is. We have them at the both clinic locations in Little Axe and in Shawnee. We have them at the Thunderbird Express store. And we also have one at the Sac and Fox Housing Authority.
Okay.
They are the only nation that doesn't have a TOR program in our service area. And so we had an extra kiosk and asked them if they wanted it, and they did. So we have one there and we stock it.
Well, okay. That's nice of you to help them out, too. But now we can see, firsthand, it really saves lives. I mean, so good job. You just put it in. I think that's great.
For sure. And if you ever need it, I think a lot of people are scared of Narcan. I think that's something you should talk about. They're scared. Oh, I don't do drugs. I don't need it. But just right then, you never know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Or if someone's at your house, maybe you don't do
Yeah.
drugs. But I hate to say this, but pretty much everyone's family has someone in their family that's gone down that path. I mean,
For sure.
sadly. So maybe it's not your immediate family, but maybe you're having a dinner or, getting together and someone's at your house or
Yeah, or you're at a gas station.
Exactly.
Or, it's always important to just have it on you. Narcan isn't going to hurt them if they are not experiencing opioid overdose, and that's why you give it to them. So,
but if they are, it will save their life.
It will save their life. So it never hurts to just have it on you at all times.
And would you guys, you provide that too? So
Yeah.
if someone comes to you and they want that, you would give them that and teach them how to use it.
For
Right.
sure.
Okay, because I don't think probably everyone knows how to use it. But it can't be difficult though, right? It's
Nope.
probably pretty easy.
It's pretty easy. You just shove it up their nose and squirt. Biggest thing I would tell you is if they start coming back, step away because you're throwing them to precipitated withdrawal. It hurts, and they're going to be very upset with you. So step away.
Okay, that's good to know because you probably would instinctively want to lean over them and say, "Are you okay?"
Yep.
So step back if you have to do that.
Yep, for
That's good
sure.
advice. And I know your brochure said test strips too. You do free fentanyl test strips?
Yes.
You'll provide those if someone needs it.
Yes, we do. And we've also started providing xylazine test strips.
Okay, what is that?
So xylazine is a new, it's trending now that it's being mixed with, fentanyl and other drugs. And the reason why is because it provides, a stronger high. It's highly, addictive.
Higher than, I thought fentanyl was one of the strongest. Sadly, they're always coming out with something else, aren't they? Sadly.
And it's because, the drug dealers, they want you to get addicted, but
Right.
when you're addicted, then, they're making a profit. But if they can undercut their drugs with, another substance,
That's more money for them.
that's more money for them.
Which is more dangerous for the person taking it,
Exactly.
I would think.
Oh, for sure. Xylazine, just so the street name for it, in case people don't know, is Trank, which is
Trank?
which is a tranquilizer. It's
okay.
a horse tranquilizer, and Narcan will not save them.
Really?
So, if you overdose on xylazine, you need to get to a hospital immediately. But yeah, a lot of people are not coming back from xylazine.
Wow, that's awful. And that's the latest thing out there, sadly.
Yeah.
Wow. And you have the test strips for that.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. And you provide those free if anyone asks for those.
Right, because we'd rather even addicts deserve safety, So
I mean, you wouldn't think about that, but you're right. And sadly, you have to think that way, though.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Wow. It's overwhelming, the stuff that you guys do, but it's really important work that you're doing. Sadly, that we have to do this. Is there anything else that we didn't mention that you're doing? You want people to know?
I think just come out and see us.
Come to your events, right?
Yeah, come out and see us.
You're always at the events. I see you guys all the time. You've got literature, and maybe you're not on drugs, but you might need the brochure or the resources for someone in your family, sadly, or someone that you know.
For sure. And also, don't be scared to contact us. Don't be scared to reach out to us. I'm not mean, I promise. I don't bite too hard. No, I'm just playing. I don't bite at all. No, but yeah, come out and see us. Come talk to Karen. Karen's usually open. Come talk to me. I love to meet new people. I'm very passionate about this.
You can tell.
Yeah.
You can. It comes out.
Well, thank you. But so come see us. Come talk to us. If you have any questions, if you think or you're thinking a certain way and you want it cleared up, anything that you can think of, come talk to us. We're here. That's what we're here for. I like I said, I'll never turn anybody away. I love to talk to everybody. I love to meet them, and I love to see them thrive. So that's our goals.
As you are.
Thank you.
I mean, we need to give a shout out to you again because, kudos to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I think it's great. And at your events, you've always have some cool swag too. So you guys usually have nice little items that you're giving away. So come see you guys, right?
Yeah. Some activities that we have coming in the future is some talking circles, some well-variety talking circles that we are looking to locations in central Oklahoma City, Norman, and here in Shawnee. Also, too, we are looking into a parenting curriculum, Indian parenting through the Southern Plains Tribal Health Board. And also, we recently got certified in a tribes training, which comes from the University of New Mexico, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some things that we are looking to not only help those that are addicted, but to their families.
Right, because it's not just the person that's addicted. It just goes so much wider than that.
For sure.
And you probably can agree.
Oh, yeah, it affects everybody. Even though you're not on drugs, it might be your child. It might be your loved one. I'm experiencing it right now. My ex-husband, my son's father, he's a addict, and we're experiencing that with that. So it can affect anything.
It's just a circle, and you've got more grandparents raising grandkids
for sure.
Because sadly, so it doesn't just affect the person, the addict.
For sure.
It just trickles down.
Yes.
So
yeah, and we get calls from, parents or loved ones of a person in active addiction, who are at their wits' end because, they are trying to do the right thing. They want, sobriety for their loved one, but, and they need support too.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They need support.
It's got to be hard on them too. And watching someone that you love go through that, and you can't make them. Right? Sadly, you have to, as much as you want them to get clean, they have to want to, right?
Absolutely.
So it's probably extremely hard on someone to watch someone that they love.
Yeah, for sure. We offer, that's another thing. That's why you don't just have to be in addiction. Like if you have that, we'll also help you. A big thing that I do is I make sure that people go to counseling. I enroll them into our health system. So even if you're experiencing that's what I'm saying. You don't have to be in active addiction to come see us. If you're a family member experiencing it, if you're a child, I've worked with children, with parents with addiction. I've worked with family members, grandparents, parents. Counseling is important. I mean, we'll even travel to, I had people that I took to Cheyenne Arapahoes because they do a grief, mending broken hearts training. And so even if we can't get that to them, we don't have it at our facility, we're going to look at other places, other tribes that offer it, and we're going to get you where you need to go.
Get you the help that way they can get help.
And there are virtual options for that too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like telehealth. So if they can't drive for some reason and go there.
And there's Zoom Wellbriety and Mending Broken Hearts meetings. We have all that information. I keep a resource guide with that. I can just text it to you, email it to you. So you know your options, and I pretty much know where all the Wellbriety meetings are. There's also AA and NA websites to where if you feel like I need a meeting right here, right now, you can pull it up and it will tell you exactly where and the time at your location. So
you don't even have to leave your house.
Yeah.
I mean, if you didn't want to, if you're just like, I need it right now, I need something.
Right.
And it's available at your fingertips.
Right. And I also wanted to point out, even if you have been sober for years and you feel like, hey, I'm about to slip, we have one client I want to give a shout out to. She's a tribal member. She moved here from California, didn't have a community, didn't know what she was going to do. We opened our doors up to her, and now she's running her own meetings. And it's so exciting.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So from somebody that was almost just about to slide down that path again, now
right.
she's a leader. She took okay, I'm going to teach. That's great.
Yeah.
Well, look at you. I know. I just feel like.
Well, thank you. But yeah, I love that. I love seeing that. And I love them getting into community and having that backing and stuff like that. And just watching them thrive. Like, if you ever met her, she was so scared and nervous when I first met her. And now, like, she's talking in front of a whole group of people. And I'm like, look at you go, girl.
Just like you. But that's amazing, especially coming from someone almost at rock bottom.
Right.
To look at you now. So, well, that's great. Okay, so you just do so much more, because I know we all see you at classes and everyone's like, what does TOR do? Well, it's really a lot more than that. The classes are great. Like you said, it's community. It's coming together. You're doing the cultural events, and it's showing you don't have to, like we talked about, why are we doing the classes? It gives you another activity to do at night and family, all of that stuff. You guys are strengthening. You're doing all of that. And prevention, which is good, because then it would alleviate your job, right?
Yes.
If we could prevent it, but
right.
in a perfect world. So if anyone needs more information, the easiest way to get in touch with you guys is TOR at AS Tribe, right? Mm-hmm. That's the email. It's easy, TOR at AS Tribe, TOR. Or it's on the website, asthealth.org. I think it's under the Programs and Prevention tab, your webpage.
Mm-hmm.
But TOR at AS Tribe is the easiest way
yes.
to get, if they want to contact you guys. Mm-hmm. And you will even come to them.
I will.
If they don't want to come to you.
Yes, definitely. I will. I will meet you where you need to go, and we will make sure that you are meeting all of our goals, getting healthy. Because that's our primary goal, is to watch you thrive and be healthy.
Well, and I know that's part of your grant, the Be Well.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And so that's what you do, and it's encompasses everything, the prevention and recovery, to be well. So, okay, well, I think we talked a lot of stuff today. I feel like we hit on a lot of your important the works that you're doing with your grant. So, and if anyone needs more, TOR at AS Tribe, or come to the events and see you. Anything else that you wanted to say before we close?
Or show up to my office. Somebody's always there.
Come see you.
Come see me.
Or you'll come see them.
Yeah.
I just wanted to close with, again, repeating the ways to reduce stigma is get the facts, educate yourself on mental health and substance misuse. These are both diseases that are usually co-occurring. They happen, together. And, a way you can educate yourself is, again, come to our classes or, talk to us. Mm-hmm. And, as far as Narcan, there's stigma against that too. People think, well, if I have this, people are going to think that it's for me.
Right. If it's in your house, they'll think, oh, they do drugs.
But,
that's not true.
It doesn't necessarily need to be for you, but it's something that you do need to be mindful of if you're on opioids. Maybe, you're not intentionally misusing drugs, but you could, accidentally overdose, especially if you're an older person and you forget, that
you
your
already
dosage.
took something. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just good, and handy to have around. It doesn't mean that you're misusing substances.
Right.
The other thing, was, be a voice after you educate yourself on mental health and substance misuse. Advocate for others and speak up and educate others.
Very good. I think that's a great way to close the show. And like your grant says, be well. I mean, you want them to be well. That's what your hard work is here doing.
Absolutely.
Amen. Yes.
All right. And kudos to you. I just can't say that enough because you're just like beaming. So,
Well, thank you.
all right. Well, I think that was a great show. If anyone has TOR at AS Tribe, I want them to know that. That way, that's the easiest way to contact you. Well, thank you guys for sharing a little bit about what you do.
Niawe.
Yeah. Thank you for having us. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening. I'm Mindy Longhorn. We hope you join us next time as we talk Among the Shawnee.
Nyawe, ye si hakue ta wiani. Salanoki ke no le poa.